If you clicked on this video, then you'll no doubt be aware that at the time of recording there are 97 episodes of Doctor Who missing from the BBC archives. These episodes, featuring the first two Doctors, William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton, are probably the most famous and sought after pieces of lost media in the whole world. But what if I told you that these episodes were just the tip of the iceberg, and that there is a whole host of other Doctor Who and Doctor Who related footage stretching from the programme's inception right up until the present day, which is currently missing in action. My name's Ruby, aka Hoobie Jones, that's Petrol the Dalek, and in this video we'll be exploring the other missing Doctor Who footage that no one talks about. Just a disclaimer here, but this video isn't going to be a definitive guide of every piece of missing Doctor Who or Doctor Who adjacent footage or anything like that, just a brief tour of 3 of the most interesting items in this curious collection of Doctor Who lost media. First up, we have the surviving episodes of 60s Doctor Who that have scenes missing. Out of the 156 episodes featuring William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton that do survive, 9 episodes are technically incomplete and have parts missing. These episodes are the Keys of Marinus Parts 2 and 4, the Time Meddler Part 4, Galaxy 4 Part 3, the War Machines Parts 3 and 4, the Underwater Menace Part 2, the Faceless Ones Part 3, and the Abominable Snowmen Part 2. Most of these missing segments are just a few seconds long, with the longest being just over a minute missing from Part 3 of the War Machines, and the shortest being just 1 line of dialogue missing from the Underwater Menace Part 2 due to damage to the surviving film print. Many of these missing segments are parts of the programmes which were censored when they were shown in other countries, and whilst many of these censor clips have thankfully been recovered and reinserted into the surviving episodes, in some cases the only version which now exists is the edited film print with missing clips. One of the most interesting episodes with a censored clip which is still missing is the Time Meddler Part 4, as there is a particularly gruesome 16-second sword fight which nobody has seen since the episode's original broadcast. Other reasons for these 9 episodes having missing segments are due to film print damage, and in the case of the Keys of Marinus, edits which were made to the original master tape. Thanks to the efforts of the Doctor Who restoration team using a variety of clever techniques, however, these gaps have been seamlessly filled in, so that these episodes are as close as they can possibly be to the original broadcast versions. Next up, we have several missing trailers which were made to promote 6 different stories between 1963 and 1972. What makes these trailers so unique and worthy of note is that they weren't just like modern film or TV trailers in which they were just the best and most exciting bits of a TV show or film edited together in an epic montage. These trailers featured the actors, sometimes in character, promoting these stories and promoting these episodes. The first was a trailer for the very first Doctor Who story, An Unearthly Child, where William Hartnell talks to the camera about this exciting new show where he plays the lead character, Doctor Who. This trailer, from what I could gather, was shown twice in the lead up to the broadcast of the first episode in November 1963, and now only exists as a written transcript of Hartnell's dialogue. The second missing trailer was a comedy teaser for the 1965 story The Web Planet, in which several Zarbi turned up at the BBC television centre's dressing rooms to prepare for the filming of this serial. Doctor Who's original producer Verity Lambert wanted this trailer to be silly and light-hearted, in case that younger children viewing the story found the Zarbi too scary, much to the annoyance of that story's director Richard Martin, who felt that it undermined the story of The Web Planet. I mean, if anyone found The Web Planet scary, what the hell were you thinking? Sadly, this trailer no longer exists in any form, and it's extremely unlikely that a copy will ever be found. The third and final trailer I want to highlight in this section of the video is one that was made for the 1968 story The Web of Fear. What's really interesting about this one is that it features Pat Troughton in character as the Doctor, telling children that this story is slightly more scary than usual and that they mustn't be too afraid of it. Though the footage is now lost, thankfully the audio has been preserved, and when the missing episode 3 of The Web of Fear was animated for the DVD release, the team also animated this little trailer, which is so cool to see because we can really get a sense of what it must have felt like and what it must have been like to see this trailer back in 1968. For the last part of this video, I wanted to include some missing material regarding New Who, so that this video wasn't just totally stuck in the 60s and 70s, and I came across some really fascinating information regarding missing alternate and or deleted scenes from 2005 onwards. Now I know that some of you will say that this technically isn't missing footage in the same way because it was never truly broadcast to the public, etc, but it's still mega interesting and worthy of note to discuss. I'd like to start this final section of the video with a mind-blowing alternate ending to Christopher Eccleston's final episode of Doctor Who in The Parting of the Ways. We all know that at the end of the episode he regenerates into David Tennant, he gives us his brilliant goodbye speech, and that's that. But there is another version of this ending where Eccleston doesn't regenerate. This ending was filmed very quickly, entirely as a decoy to be shown to members of the press to ensure that Eccleston's departure was kept top secret. If you want to know more about the context and the contents of this ending, Tom Bowen has made an excellent video going through the context, and he even makes his own reconstruction of what this trailer would have looked like. The link for this video can be found in the description. Russell T Davies has said that this scene will someday make it onto a box set or a special feature or something like that, but at the time of recording this scene has never seen the light of day. There are several other examples of missing deleted scenes or alternate takes which we can no longer view in the world of New Who, but there is one in particular which I'd like to highlight here, as its existence has been rumoured for several months, but recently we finally have official concrete confirmation of its existence. I recently thought to myself, how long can the Whoby Jones channel exist before I bring up the episode we're about to talk about? The answer is just 4 months, because this deleted scene comes from the most recent series finale, The Reality War. After the character of the Doctor's granddaughter Susan was reintroduced, albeit very briefly through a weird sort of flashback in the Interstellar Song Contest, most fans, including myself, were expecting her to have some sort of role in Wishworld and the Reality War, even if it was just a small cameo, but Carol Ann Ford was noticeably absent from the finale. Through rumours as well as other leaks, we then found out that segments of the Reality War had been entirely reshot after the fact, as this photo emerged online showing the Doctor and Belinda dancing in what appears to be a bar or a nightclub, which fanned the flames as to rumours regarding the original plans for the episode and the possibility that Susan had shot footage for the Reality War that was never in the final broadcasted version of the finale. Then on October 12th of this year, while she was being interviewed by fellow former companion Katie Manning, Carol Ann Ford revealed that she had indeed filmed a scene for the Reality War, which would have been Susan's official reintroduction to the Whoniverse. In this interview, Ford revealed that she filmed a scene where she would be holding hands with the Wish baby Poppy and be watching over the Doctor and Belinda as they appear dancing together, most likely in the still photograph. This scene would have completely changed the overall finale and ending, and made Susan's appearance in the Interstellar Song Contest make so much more sense. But anyway, it happened the way it happened, and I don't really want to discuss it any further because I feel like discussions of the Reality War and RTD2 can very quickly get negative and toxic very quickly, so we're going to avoid all of that right now. But it's just a shame that this scene wasn't in the final episode, and I wish that one day we get to see it as the fans, because sadly it will most likely be Susan's last ever official appearance in Doctor Who. If you couldn't tell by my voice, I've been very sick this past week, so apologies that this video isn't as long as my videos usually are, or isn't as in depth, but honestly I've had such fun researching this and putting it together, and if you'd like to see a sequel about other types of missing Doctor Who footage, maybe we could talk about missing audio, missing photographs, or even cancelled or lost Doctor Who video games, then let me know in the comments below. If you feel like you're able to and it's not strained on you or anything like that, and you want to support me and the channel, then Whoby Jones also has a Patreon, the link for which can be found in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Whoby Jones YouTube channel.